Well, hi, how are you today? Happy Friday, TGIF. We finally made it and we made it in good health. Hopefully, everyone's out there. Welcome to the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. Thank you so much for being aboard with us on this Friday. It's our Friday get together, and we get together each week with you guys who may be just waking up or getting ready for bed, depending on your time zone. But we're here with you, and we're here every Friday, and we invite you to come in. Now, we engage you in conversation. We have a whole lot of that, of course, and all you have to do is come in, type it in. I'll see you. I will acknowledge it, and we'll get started. We'll talk about anything that you want to talk about. I do have the conversation, obviously, as the host of the show. But then again, as we move along, we can talk. And if you have any questions and ideas, and later on in the program, I'll give you my personal email address and my telephone number where you can get in touch with me. I meant to do that last night on the Talkback Live show, and I neglected that. But I promise you, if you had joined us last night and you're here with us, you can get that information today. Anyway, we're here, and we're going to be here for the whole hour. Now, those of you who are watching us, you ought to know that we're all around the world. If you're watching us for the very first time, sit back and relax and enjoy, because I think you're going to like it, and you'll come back again and again. For those of you who are brand new, you already know the protocol. I mean, the people who have been around for a while, you already know the protocol. So there's no sense in getting into all of that. You already know about that. But for those of you who are working or watching us for the first time, we come on in 3 different places. We're live on Facebook right now. We're on YouTube, and we're live on Instagram. I see a lot of people there. People are sitting idly by until they want to engage in conversation, and we will do that for them. We're all around the world, as I said, and there's no place you can go on God's green earth where you won't find us each week at this time. So we want you to sit back, relax. Now, reminding you that all of the opinions and thoughts on this station, the opinions and view of this program, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people, the good folks at Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Zoom. Just want to get that out of the way. That's our disclaimers. But other than that, you can talk about anything you want to talk about. We're all here for you. So let's get started right away. You know how I always say when I open up, ladies and gentlemen, you know, what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. Oh, this is great. Great. Each week it gets better and better. Didn't fall yet. Later on in the program, Brian Kent will be here, and he'll have, right in this particular hour, in this particular half hour, as a matter of fact, he'll be here 20 past the hour, and he'll bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. We link live with him. You'll get to meet him. He'll come out. We're linking from New York to Charlotte, North Carolina, and he's going to be talking about that. And of course, something dearest to my heart, the New York Yankees. But we'll talk all about that. That's coming up soon. And then later on in the program as well, we also will have those great movies that you love so much. Oh, yeah, those Turner Classic movies, those black and white classic movies that come on, you know, you'll see them. Well, I have my picks of the week, as I always do each week. So I just want to convey those to you. For those of you who want to catch up on movies this week, I just want to add a couple of them that you might want to catch up on. And that's coming up later in the program. And as you already know, we've got a hurricane going on in Florida. Oh boy, it's terrible. It's terrible. Everything is just crazy about that. And we're going to get a lot of rain. Now, those of you who want to talk to us, engage in conversation, we see you out there. Please, you know, I mean, you don't have to. It's not mandatory, but we always ask you to do so, is to, you know, give us your weather forecast wherever you are in your particular area. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to do that. Now, if you're living in New York City, don't worry about it. I will take care of that. I will read the forecast from New York. So you can sit back, you dodged the bullet there, right? But for those of you who are joining us in different cities, different countries, you know, let us know what your weather is like. Now, I know here in New York, you know, of course, summertime is officially over. And it seems that way weather-wise too, because here in New York, we have gotten chilly weather over the past few days. You know, it dropped down to 70s and the 60s, and it's not getting any better. And people are now wearing their coats. So you have to dust out those coats, those jackets, those warmer jackets, because it's coming around the way. Now, I've seen stranger things happen with the weather, because we get it like this, chilly weather, and all of a sudden you're back in the 80s. You know, I've seen strange things happen. So I kind of like do it accordingly, because the weather changes so fast and you don't want to get sick. And speaking of sick, not wanting to get sick, we want to make sure that you guys are well, healthy, and you know the flu season is here. And of course, in conjunction with the COVID, we've got a lot of things to contend with now. If you haven't taken your flu shots, they are available now to you. You can take them and they're free. For most places, they are free, or unless your insurance company covered. I don't know how it goes. I know, you know, I just walk into my favorite pharmacist and I just get a pop in the arm. So I already had mine. Also, I always make sure that I stay on top of my COVID shots. So we already have the new updated version of the COVID shots now. And you can take that, that's available. If you have taken your last shot, let's say you have to wait the second shot, the second booster, wait about, I guess, about 2 months after, about two months afterwards, right? 2 months afterwards, and then take the next shot. So it's the third booster. It's the third booster, and if you haven't had yours and you're up to date on it, please get yours as soon as possible. We want to make sure that everyone's healthy and safe and just ready to tackle the world and tackle the winter that's coming on. You know, summer is over, like I said. And for those of you who experience better weather than we do, for the rest of us, sometimes a lot of you live in the Carolinas and the North Carolinas, and of course, you know, on the other side of the United States, way over there in California and Vegas and places like Arizona, things like that, where the weather kind of tends to stay a little warmer. I think sometimes their coldest weather could be, 60 degrees, where over here we have the 4 seasons. And then when the winter comes around, we get snow and it gets down to 0 temperatures. You know, that's the way we work it here. But we want to make sure everybody's safe and make sure that everybody get their shots. And those of you who haven't gotten your shots yet, I hope you have a change of mind and a change of thought about it. This way you'll get a chance to do that, and you will do that. And everybody be safe, because the more people get these shots, get booster shots for COVID, you get your shots for the flu, the less chance of a lot of people getting sick. We cure ourselves, and we don't have to pass on a lot of colds and flus to other people that come along. All right, so just make sure that's all happening. I say all of us, because I put myself in the category too. Sure, I do. We are, because I celebrate everything and anything, you know, it's just as long as it doesn't hurt anyone. But we are in the midst of Hispanic History Month. How about that? Hispanic History Month. Now, to all of my brothers and sisters in the Spanish and the Latin community, you got a Hispanic History Month coming along, and we're going to talk more about that later on too, because we're expecting, I have a guest coming along with me, radio personality, Jackie Nunez will be along with us. And I know she's done a lot of things in the Latin community, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the beginning of history of Hispanic History Month and how it got started, and maybe she has events. She could tell us what she does on her radio show to promote it. We're going to talk about a lot of things. That's coming up later on in the program. So we invite you to stay along with us, because it's always great to have you aboard. I want to say hi to all of you guys out there. I see a lot of people maybe sitting idle, watching us on Facebook. Now, a lot of you are at work, right? If you're in my time zone, you're probably at work right now, right? And this is Friday, so you want to get rid of the Friday woes of work, because the weekend is coming up. So you want to get all of your materials out of the way, whatever you have to do at work, you want to get it all done. But I know that you are there, probably there at work right now, and making sure that you get things done. Now, if you're watching us right now on the show, if you're watching us on the show right now, you sometimes may get that coffee break. Now, in the corporate world, sometimes in the corporate world, you get that coffee break, you know, that 10-minute coffee break, 15-minute coffee break, right? They used to do that in the corporate world. I don't know if they still do that, but if that's the case, take that 15 minutes instead of roaming around the office and chewing the fat, because you have to work anyway. You don't have time to chew the fat, right? Make sure that you get, sit down there for 15 minutes and enjoy the show. And once you enjoy the show, after that 15 minutes is up, and you have to get back to work, you'll still be at your desk and you can do what they call multitasking, right? And it's a great thing to do because you don't have to worry about moving around. Your computer is right there, and all you have to do is just get things going right there. So we invite you guys to do it and get started real quick. So excuse me again while I shoot up. Oh boy, it's been a pretty long week and a productive week, I may say. A very nice productive week, I may say. And we for me anyway, I've got a lot of things. There was a lot of things I have worked around the clock all week. Working other things, doing other things other than getting prepared for the shows and all. But it's been a real productive week, and I hope it has been for you. It gets a little tough sometimes, a little rough, but knowing you guys could get through it all. You guys can get through it all, and it's always great to have. Now, we talk about that hurricane in Florida, right? That hurricane in Florida was something else. It is something else. They're in the midst of the aftermath, and that just leads me to tell you about the weather forecast, because what we're going to get over the weekend here in New York, you guys from a different country or a different city, don't worry about display yours if you're going to come online and talk to us, your weather forecast of the day. But we have right now in New York City, and it's going to be kind of a bleak, a bleak weekend as far as the weather goes, because all of that rain, the hurricane produced, all of the storms and all of that is kind of reaching where we are. Let me tell you about it. We're not going to get all those crazy storms and gusty winds. We may get a few winds, but I don't think we're going to get, But here's how it goes. Judge for yourself. Now, as I said, the temperature right now is 55 degrees presently. Now, this is what we got for our weekend. This is New York only. This is what we got. It's going to be partly cloudy this morning, then becoming cloudy during the afternoon. We'll have a high near 65 degrees. Winds will be northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Okay. And so that's what we get for today. Now, it gets worse as it goes along, because tonight is going to be cloudy with rain developing after midnight. We'll have a low 54 degrees. Winds will be northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll have a chance of rain of 90%. 90%. That's a lot of rain. That's a lot of rain. That's almost like a guarantee. Rainfall near a quarter of an inch. Now, for Saturday, we'll have rain early, and then remaining cloudy with showers in the afternoon, and we'll have a high 58 degrees. Winds will be northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 100%. Now, that's a guarantee, 100%. Rainfall possibly over 1 inch. Locally heavy rainfall is possible as well. So there you go. We got a lot of rain coming along. And for Saturday night, cloudy with occasional rain showers. We have a low 56. Winds will be northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. And as we wrap up our weekend, for Sunday, it looks like this: cloudy with occasional rain showers, and we'll have a high around 60. And the winds will be northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 50%. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the New York area, what I suggest that you do is batten down the hatches. I mean, Saturday is the worst day. And we get 100% chance of rain, but it's going to be a lot of rain, a lot of rain. So let me suggest this to you, you guys that live in the New York area. All right. Whatever you do what you have to do today. You know, get your groceries or whatever you need for your household. Get that done today, because when Saturday comes around, I don't think you're going to want to go outside. I think you're going to want to just relax and make sure you have everything that you need in your house. So this way, you know, it's all good. So there's going to be a lot of rain. And I know a lot of people are going to sit back and be like, which is why, by the way, we're going to give you what to watch, and you can catch up on movies, you can catch up on housework. You know, if you are inclined to do housework on the weekends, I'm certainly not into that. Weekends are weekends. Weekends are supposed to be like lazy days for you. You're supposed to do whatever you want to do and not have a schedule going on, unless, of course, you do work on the weekends. Other than that, if you're not a weekend worker, you can be a weekend warrior, and you don't have to look at a clock or anything, or go to a schedule to see what's going on today. But if you have the fortunate to be home and you don't have to work on Saturday, stay home and enjoy. A lot of rain, and we're not looking forward to it, but you know, it's coming whether you like it or not. It's 55 degrees. That's our current temperature right now, and that's where we stand for this time. So we want to make sure that all of you guys are going to be out there. All of you guys are going to be out there waiting. Okay. So excuse me again while I shoot up. Oh boy. It's always a delight to be with you guys. And it's always a fun thing too. It's always a fun thing. We've got that weather coming in Florida. I don't know if you watched the news, but now if you're keeping track of Hurricane Ian, if you're keeping track of that right now, understand something, that now, if you're in the South Carolinas, that's where he's headed. That's where he's headed. So you want to batten down the hatches. You know, you want to make sure that whatever you have to do to maybe board up your windows or whatever it is. I don't know how intense the storm is going to be in your area, how much of it that you're going to get. But I know that I was checking this morning before I came on the air. I know for a fact that Ian is picking up strength again. And as you already seen, you look at people in Florida, the aftermath of it all. And Florida, they all, you should see, it's like a war zone out there. It's a war zone out there. And I gotta tell you, it looks frightening. I mean, I saw houses sheared off, the top of houses sheared off. You have boats, and you have ships capsized in the water. You have people, I saw images of people's houses, the garages are flooded with the car inside, you know? I know in Puerto Rico, they had the same thing. You remember that disaster they had a few years back in Puerto Rico, where a 345/666 Beast Incarnate. Yes, that same year when he was out there lobbing out paper towels to people like it was some joke, but they were really suffering out there. So now they get another hurricane coming in, and I'm pretty sure, I didn't hear too much disaster. I'm pretty sure people got killed, some people got injured, and the same thing in Florida. People are getting killed and injured and losing their homes. But I'm pretty sure in Puerto Rico, they're a little more prepared now than they were before. And so we want to make sure, that all of that is good. We want to send our prayers out there. People are visiting, I believe the mayor from New York, Brian had informed me about this last night. The mayor from New York has visited Florida and other places where this hurricane is hitting. and it's a storm, and you turn on your TV and you watch some of the reporters out there. A lot of the some of the top reporters went on site in Florida, and they were going through, and I mean, just a lot of flooding. I mean, a lot of flooding. You can't imagine. I have never seen a disaster. Well, I've seen it, but this is like a real disaster. Now, as far as this hurricane coming towards certain places, we don't know. This is the hurricane season. And I would imagine after this over, because sometimes when you get these hurricane seasons, it's like one hurricane after the other. You may get two in a row. One is there and then another one follows. Sometimes that happens. And so, you know, we got to be very cognizant about all of that. Coming up later on, we're expecting, let's see, it's 20 past the hour right now. It's 20 past the hour right now. And just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And my name is Frank Allan, and I am going to be with you. I am going to be with you until the top of the hour. So make sure you have your friends along, and make sure you tell them all about it, and get them involved into it. We'll tell you more about that later. But right now, I want to link up with Brian Camp out of Charlotte, North Carolina. He's coming to us, and we want to find out what his weather forecast is all about right now as he comes along, because he has the latest developments in today's world of sports. What does it look like in your area right now?
53 degrees. Good morning to everyone. It's 53 degrees. I'm looking around. We're in the middle of the prelude of Hurricane Ian. So it's very windy. 53 degrees. Yeah, a little chilly. It's not as cold as people think it is, but it's winds. It's not here totally yet. Columbia and Charleston, South Carolina is supposed to get hit. We might not get a direct hit as though it was reported. We do know that it's going to bypass us, going into the mountains on the border of Tennessee and North Carolina. And that's where it's going to die. So that's where we stand at right now with this here hurricane right now.
I know it's headed towards South Carolina.
It is in South Carolina now. I don't know what kind of damage or or how strong it is right now. But by the time it hits Charlotte and Columbia, which is Columbia and Charlotte is right next to one another on the border, we're talking about at least 20 to 25 miles per hour of wind. That's not as bad as of what we've been seeing the last couple of days in other cities and states. So that's where we are right now. And we're just waiting, you know. There's not that much traffic out here on the road. I'm on the road right now. And that's where we're at right now. So traffic is flowing. Not many people's out, but yes, I have a doctor's appointment. They told me, yeah, you still got to come in. I said, okay. So I came in and have an 11 o'clock appointment. But right now, everything is as scheduled. The schools are closed out here in the CMS school system here in Charlotte. They're doing remote learning right now. So some things are on schedule. Some things are canceled.
Well, I hope I'm glad that it's not going to hit you directly, because you've seen the images in Florida. We already see what Ian can do right now, and I understand that Ian is getting a little bit stronger now as we speak.
Yes, this hurricane has affected a lot of places. Like I said last night, I want to tip my hat off to the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, and Eyewitness News, Channel 7 News reporter Joe Torres, who's been traveling since Puerto Rico. Then after he left Puerto Rico, he went to the Dominican Republic, and now he's in Florida. Now you say, well, why are they traveling there? Well, because there's a high volume of Dominicans and Puerto Ricans that live in the New York area, in the Bronx, Brooklyn, and in the 5 boroughs. So that's why they've been given aid. They're helping to transport water. There's no power. still out there in Puerto Rico, and that's why they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're great leaders. But definitely to Joe Torres, I have to. He hasn't been home in a couple of weeks. So um, I just wish everybody be safe, and the ones who are not safe and lost their lives and family members, our prayers go out to you all, and just hope that you all would rebound from this and be safe. So, but let me hit the sports. Like I said, it is 53 degrees out here with high winds, and it's raining. In the NFL, the NFL is replacing the Pro Bowl. Finally, that's the All-Star game of football, which is a week long. Is now going to be replaced by the skills count and flag football. The cases in 1951, they will be renamed as the Pro Bowl games and will feature the AFC and the NFC players showcasing their football and non-football skills and challenges over several days. This will begin in 2023. The games will be held in Las Vegas, and the flag football game at Allegiant Stadium on February 5th, 2023. So that's where we have it. Speaking of February, the following week is Super Bowl 57, and we having Rihanna. Musical artist Rihanna will perform in Super Bowl 57 halftime show at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, which that's where the Super Bowl will be played at on February 12th, Abraham Lincoln's birthday. She will be performing at halftime. Taylor Swift had turned down the offer. She was the original person was asked first, but she turned down for whatever reason. Rihanna, who's 34, has released 8 studio albums across her career, winning 9 Grammy Awards and 13 American Music Awards along the way. So that's where we at with the Super Bowl. The NFL has changed their mind. They had selected the U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis for a Sunday night football game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but Tampa Bay said that we are fine. We did not get hit that hard, so the game will resume at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. However, they were evacuated. A lot of the people were evacuated, so we don't know when they're going to come back. And speaking about this here hurricane, it's not clear yet, but I think right now Major League Baseball, the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets are fighting for the division in the National League East, and look like they're going to be playing the game in Atlanta. And yes, congratulations to Aaron Judge, who hit his 61st career home run. It took him
Okay, I see we're getting a little freeze there.
He broke the record, and congratulations to him. A giant, my goodness, And he was so happy. His mother, a proud mother, just looking up at her son, just looking up in the sky. And, I'm proud of my son. He did this, and congratulations to Aaron Judge, who made history. He's tied the record for most home runs in the American League season. So congratulations to him. This day in sports, September 30th, 1927, New York Yankees, Babe Ruth hits his then record 60th home run. How ironic. We're talking about a home run by Roger Maris, who held the record for 61 years. Well, guess what? Today, on this day, Babe Ruth hit his 60th home run, who originally set the record until 1961. And it's just so amazing how things comes full circle. 1934, Babe Ruth, another Babe Ruth story. Final game as a Yankee goes 0 for 3. That was his last game as a Yankee. Then he went to another team for a while. 1947, first televised World Series game. New York defeated Brooklyn. That's the New York Yankees. Defeated Brooklyn 5-3 in game one. Game one, the attendance for that was 73,365 people. That's a record for a World Series game. 1956, Robin Roberts of the Phillies gives up a major league record, 46 home runs. 46 home runs in one season is a lot. It means he was having a tough time keeping the ball in the park. 1968, American League and National League umpires from the new association form of Major League umpires was formed. 1972, Pittsburgh Pirates Roberto Clemente, some of y'all remember this, hit a double off of Mets pitcher John Matlack, become the 11th player with 3,000 hits. I watched that game. I was 10 years old, and it was a historic moment. It was the last game of the year, and sadly to say, a few months later, he died in the plane crash trying to aid people who had an earthquake in another country. So important day for Roberto Clemente. 1973, New York Yankees closed the 50th year of Yankee Stadium. They moved on to share with the Mets at Shea Stadium for a couple of years until the Yankees reopened their stadium in 1976, the new Yankee Stadium. They lost that game 8-5. 1980, Ricky Henderson of the A's, outfielder, sets an American League record for stealing bases. His 97 stolen base record, breaking Ty Cobb's record. 1988, Robin Givens and Mike Tyson appeared on the Barbara Waters show. We all remember that show. I mean, if you have not watched Barbara Waters and that interview with Mike Tyson and Robin Givens, he looked so out of it. He looked like he didn't belong there at all. And Robin Givens just spilled all the gossip, all the family secrets out. And if I could imagine how he was probably sitting in the seat with his fist balled up, but he kept his composure. You know, that marriage did not last long after that. 1992, Kansas City Royals George Brett gets 4 hits to become the 18th player to hit 3,000 hits. And ladies and gentlemen, I have no birthdays today, but that is sports on this Hurricane Day here in Charlotte, a prelude of Hurricane Ian.
I remember that interview with Mike Tyson and Robin Givens along on the Barbara Walters show. I mean, he looked like a little puppy dog. I mean, he wouldn't, she was doing all the talking and he was just like in the corner. And just, I don't know. He just looked so, and that wasn't the Mike Tyson that you normally know. Tough guy Mike Tyson. He wasn't tough that night.
He wasn't tough. He was more embarrassed than anything else.
I don't know. And there were a lot of rumors too at the time because people were starting to hate Robin Givens at one particular time, but we didn't know. They said that she was a gold digger. I couldn't imagine that because she was making her own money. She had her own at that particular time. She had her own TV series, Head of the Class.
Head of the Class, yes.
And of course, she did movies and things like that. But I never really. And people were starting to hate her. And then her mother got involved in the whole thing. And people were saying, well, her mother was putting a bug in her ear. How can we get some of this money? Mike Tyson was, but Mike Tyson, let's face it, he wasn't really good about handling his own money.
Those mother-in-laws could be something else. Oh, boy. I always think about Fred Flintstone, my mother-in-law. Something about the in-laws. Stay out of it. Stay out of family marriages. Yes.
Yeah, but that was I remember that interview. And those of you who never watched that interview, you might want to go on YouTube and check it out. It may be up there. And that was wow, it was terrible. But getting back to those Yankees, yes, I still have my fingers crossed that the Yankees and the Mets get together in that World Series. I still have my fingers crossed. What's the Mets? I haven't been on top of the Mets lately. Do you know anything? Where are they standing right now?
The Mets are trying to clinch their division. They're in Atlanta right now to face the Braves. I believe they got a 1-game lead over the Braves for the division with 6 games left to play. And it's tight. It's tight. It is tight. So we're going to see what happens this weekend. We'll probably get a clearer picture of who wins the division with 6 games left.
Well, I just hope, I keep pushing for it. I just hope that they do it. And maybe somehow a lot of people thinking the pressure is still on Aaron Judge at the moment, but it's not as much because now they're talking about, maybe he should try to break Roger Maris' record before the season is over. You know what I say to that? I say, give it time.
Give it time.
He did his job. He did what he had to do. Give him a little break, because when I saw that game, when he hit that home run, he was pacing up and down that dugout and he was so relieved. You could see the brightness in his face. He says, wow, like this whole thing is over. His mother, like you said, was a proud mom, Patty. His mother, Patty, was a proud mom. She looked so cute wearing that jersey, that Yankee jersey with the 99 on the back. It was great. You could see that she was proud. But I would say to the fans and all of the people in the media, let's give this guy a break now. Eventually he's going to break Roger Maris's home run record. He's going to do it, but don't push it too.
Well, you guys.
I'm sorry, you're freezing up there on me. Let me
6 games to do it. So let's see. Freezing out. Can you hear me?
Run that back again because you froze up and we couldn't hear you. Start from the beginning.
Oh, okay. I said he got 6 games left, so let's see what happens. I think he comes home. I think that the Yankees are home this weekend, but he got 6 games to do it.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
It took him 7 games to do this one, to hit the 61 home run, the 61st.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, it took a lot of pressure. And also too, he with that home run, a lot of people, like I said, they're pressing him on it, and they're trying to get him, because I hear even the announcer Michael Kay. Well, let's see what happens. We're coming home. Maybe he'll hit that, break that record at Yankee Stadium, which a lot of the crowd will be willing to see, be waiting to see, and then the person that caught the ball, the person almost caught the ball, so he didn't catch it, because when he hit that home run, it went to the Blue Jay bullpen, But I say give this guy a break. Let him relax and take it easy, and he'll get there. He'll definitely get there. All right, Brian, you got a doctor's appointment. I don't want to hold you back from that, but I appreciate you coming in and doing this, and we'll catch you back here next week. How about that?
Everybody be safe out there. Let's keep everybody in our prayers for the people that's going through this hurricane. I don't know if Peter's out there. If he is, say hello. I want to say hello to Peter and to everybody else. Have a good weekend. Be safe, and I'll be watching football. And yes, the smoker. As soon as the sun comes out, the sun comes up. The smoker's going on. So everybody be safe. Enjoy. See you later.
Okay, have a good one, a good weekend. We'll see you there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, he updates us each week. And he brings you all of those great things that are happening in sports. Of course, we talked about the Yankees. That's the big news right now. And when all of that is over, all is said and done, we play baseball in October, and whoever wins the World Series and all done, and whoever gets the MVP, and when all of that is done, then we go to football, which is now already in progress now. But we kind of like set all of our sights to football right now after this whole thing is over. And so therefore, I make the transition over to baseball to football, say farewell to the New York Yankees, what a great year they had, and go over to the Minnesota Vikings and see what they have to do. That's my team. A lot of people ask me, Minnesota Vikings, you're a New Yorker. Why do you want to go to the Minnesota Vikings? Minnesota. Why? Because, you could be, listen, folks, understand something. You can live in a particular hometown, and I know a lot of people do this. A lot of people live in a certain city, but they don't necessarily root for the hometown. I think my only hometown team are the Yankees. That's my only hometown team. As far as football is concerned, I'm Minnesota Vikings. I'm not New York Giants. I'm not New York Jets. When it comes to basketball, I am not the Lakers. I am the Lakers, and I am not the Knicks, and I am not the Brooklyn Nets. So you kind of figure it out there. Anyway, just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called Talk Back Live. And my name is Frank Allan, and I am going to be with you up until the top of the hour. Of course, we get together each week at this time. You already know that. We get together each week. And of course, if you're out there and you're watching us, sometimes you may not want to, talk live on the air or anything like that. But listen, I do want to say good morning to Warren out there. Warren is watching us on Facebook, so good morning to you. And those of you who are trying to reach me on a personal basis, you can do that. I have information that you could deal with. I have an email address and a telephone number I want to provide for you. Email address and a telephone number. And all you have to do is just follow suit. Now, my email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. Again, that's frankallenprod@aol.com. Or you can call me at 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Now, you can do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right. Email me or call. And if you call, leave a message. We'll get back to you if you need us to. And then we'll figure out what you guys want to talk about, even if it's just so much as saying hi. If you just want to say hi and that's it. You won't have any questions about the show or any suggestions and ideas, we could do that. So let me give you that information once again, that email address. That email address once again is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Remember, spell Allan, A-L-L-A-N. That's A-L-L-A-N. And PROD stands for production. That's prod. That's short for production. So that's frankallenprod@aol.com. Again, that's frankallenprod@aol.com. Or you can call us at 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. At 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. And as they used to say back in the old days, you'll be glad you did. Okay, if you're watching us on Facebook, please do me a favor. Make sure that you get this information to all of your friends. We got a little more time in the show. Tag the show. You can tag the show right now to your friends. Tag it right now to your friends. And they'll see it and they'll hit the little information that they got there, and it'll direct them right to us. It'll direct them right to us. You can do that. Also, those of you who are watching us on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel. Go there because what we want you to do is you click on that button, subscription or subscribe. Because when you subscribe to us, you get an opportunity to know that whenever we come on the air live or whenever we post something, something to that nature, a video or some sort, you will get, providing you're online at the time, you'll get a notification that will come up and you can go directly to it when that notification comes up. And those of you who are watching us on Instagram, please understand something. You can just keep following us. Now, when you see us come on the air and you don't see my guests or anything on Instagram, if you're watching us on Instagram, we're not designed for that. You could only hear what they're saying and you can't see. So if you want to see everything in its full scope, you can come to Facebook or you can come to YouTube, one or the other, and that would be great. So there you have it. It's all there. And information that is provided for us or provided to you would be great. We were expecting the arrival of Jackie Nunez, radio person Jackie Nunez. She was supposed to have been here. I don't see her. I don't know. I confirmed the fact that she should be here, but she hasn't come through just yet. And we're still waiting around for her. It's right now, if you're watching your clock, it's a quarter to the hour. It's 15 minutes to the hour on the coffee hour. And later on in the program, not too far away, I am going to give you that information about the movies that you love so much. That's not too far away. I'm going to give you that information about the movies, those Turner Classic movies, all of those movies that you enjoy so much. It's going to be coming along. And those of you who are going to be watching from New York, now understand something. We have this weather that's real bleak weather this weekend. So I want to say to you, the best thing to do right now at this particular point is go out, right? Do whatever you have to do. If you have to do any food shopping, you need food for the weekend or whatever you need, whatever you need in your household or whatever, batten down the hatchet. I mean, it's not as bad as I'm saying it is, but it's going to be a lot of rain, downpour, and you don't want to go out in the downpour, right? And you certainly don't want to get caught in it. And if you happen to be one of the people who don't have to work on the weekend, then it's okay. It's okay. And this way, everything will be fine. Okay, she's here. She's here. We got a little time left in the show. She's here right now. Radio personality on the air with us right now, Jackie Nunez. She's here. And Jackie, we are here in the midst of the Hispanic Heritage Month. And let's see when she pops up. Hope she can pop up. Is she there? Are you there, Jackie? Because I don't see her. I don't see her. Oh, there she is.
Jackie. Hi, how are you?
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm just hanging in there. We got a few minutes for you. And we just want to get right to it. Jackie, you're a radio personality. I know that. You do podcasting. You're a musician. You wear a lot of hats. On your show, you have been doing something for Spanish Heritage Month. You're doing a little dedication on your show. Tell me what you've been doing on that. Let's quickly talk about that.
Well, I always do some type of dedication for the Latino community, being of Puerto Rican descent. I do appreciate our culture, our food, our people, our belief system, which is what Hispanic heritage is all about. It's about our history. It's about our people. It's about our music. So I play music based upon like each and every country, of their history, of their people, their food, their religion, and so forth.
Well, you play you're on your show, because I know you're on one of the radio stations that I'm aware of, Sounds of what was the name? The name of
Remember Then Radio.
Remember Then, because I used to be on that radio station. Is that where you play your music, or is it another station?
Yes. I also did some podcasts with 77 WABC and another station called Genesis Radio in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Give us the history and the conception of History Month, of the Hispanic History Month. Where did it all start? And
well, it started a while back. The thing was that all the countries, all the Latin American countries, if you will, wanted to have their country obviously acknowledge their history, their heritage. So it because, one country might celebrate it. Sometimes they have their own.
You're freezing up a little bit. Let me see if I can.
Dominican Republic and Cuba. And of course, they have their parades and such. So it was an idea to have all the countries come together and celebrate an entire month. Usually it's from September 15th to October 15th. It used to be, I think, believe or October, but they decided to merge 2 months into one, so to speak.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that because most people, when they have these monthly holidays or celebrations, it usually starts at the top, at the beginning of the month.
Yeah. Yeah, it usually does, but I guess they wanted to merge because instead of starting the beginning of September or the beginning of October, they decided to do it mid-month into the next month. So
Yeah.
it kind of takes 2 months if you look at it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's important. It's important because we never had these celebrations before. I mean, the regular, the normal European celebrations always have been in full effect, and now some of these other celebrations, like let's say Black History Month, that goes back a long way, and it wasn't always the month. It was it was Black History Day or Black History Week or something like that. Isn't it how the Hispanic History Month started? It started
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, pretty much. I believe it was September, or it might have been October. But the thing is that I think, as Morgan Freeman once said, I don't think we should have just a month. I I really think that our history should just be American history,
Yeah,
period.
absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree with that.
Why wait a month what we have in history altogether?
Yeah.
No, knowing that the Latino community, or I should say the Hispanic and African American, both are very large. We're not the minority, we're the majority.
Mhm. Yeah. Because it's essential, and even the language is essential in the country. And you figure more and more people now are taking up this Spanish. It's an essential language.
Yeah,
People go
it's
bilingual.
advantageous to know the more languages you know, of course,
Yeah.
but it's advantageous to know. It is a large market.
Yeah.
It's an influx of our people here. So yes, I think it's very vital to know this day and age.
Are there any celebrations on tap for the rest of the month that you want to relay to us, talk about?
Well, I know every station basically will have either a day appointed or they would have several events in the city or even throughout the states, because it's just too many to list, because I mean, you also have the Latinx, which would entail every country as well, and every type of events that they're having mostly would be historic events, the culture, the dance, the music, and so forth. So it would, to me, be too many to list right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's out in the forefront, that's for sure. I mean, even
Right.
on your TV, there's something just
Social media platforms. You'll see your local neighborhoods. So there's a lot going on.
yeah. Just the other day, I was watching one of the public TV stations, and they had this thing with Gloria Estefan and Emilia Estefan. Well, they're from Cuba, but
Right.
Hispanic. And they were doing like, I think this was like a previous program from before. It went back to
Right.
14 or 2016 or something like that. But it's good to know that it's out there and it comes back. On your show, are you continuing playing all of the great Latin artists? Or is that your forte, or is that your normal forte, or is it just something that you're just doing for the
open to from artists from 40s, 50s, 60s up into present, because a lot of these artists I worked with. I worked in 2 major recording studios in the day. So a lot of these people, the Latin greats like Tito Puente, Celia Cruz, Ruben Blades, people I recorded. So I've worked with on their album or the recording sessions. So they're some are personal friends that I've known for many years. So I've been privileged to work with these artists.
What about, are there any, let's say in the schools, what are they promoting, doing any kind of festivities in the schools that you know of where you are? Because you're from New York, right?
Yes, a lot of schools, especially in the Bronx, would be celebrating or having certain events. Sometimes they will cover perhaps someone that has been, or their hero, or an advocate, or some type of person who, whether it's political or not, that has done, great things for the community. That they've been an impact to the community, they've been an impact to history, they've been an impact in these people's lives.
Mhm.
So yeah, usually the schools will have either, their focus on one person, of a historic, like let's say Christopher Columbus. He landed in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and so the islands. But it would be some type of representative or a person, an activist, if you will, of these countries that have been an impact to change history.
Wow, wow. And you're certainly doing your part, Jackie. I really appreciate you. I'm pretty sure all of the people around you, you've been working in this industry for quite a while, so I don't have to tell you how important what you're doing, in this industry. Being a former disc jockey, and I do understand, the significance of it all, but I really do appreciate you being here today. Before you go, why don't you tell us what time your show is on, whether it's on ABC or the or any other station that you're on right now. Give us,
I don't have, I still have just the podcast on 77 ABC, but I'm not with them. I do some projects every now and then.
Mhm.
What I am doing is Remember Then Radio, 2 p.m. on Fridays.
What day is that? You broke up there.
Oh, I says Remember Then Radio on 2 p.m. on Fridays.
Okay.
And I also have Thursday nights at Genesis Radio at 8 p.m. It's genesisradio.com. So, and I'm also now an advocate for the Grammys, as well as a professional member.
You are wearing a lot of hats. Maybe we should have you back here again to talk more. I really appreciate it, Jackie. You're coming on the coffee hour, and good luck to you. And I'm gonna be listening to you today.
Thank you. Okay. Join us.
You take care of yourself. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you, Jackie. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the coffee hour, and my name is Frank Allan, and we're with you right now. I want to get things out of the way quickly. Birthdays today. We want to talk about that. Birthdays today. We've got actress Crystal Bernard is 55 today. Fran Drescher from The Nanny is 65. Patrice Rushen is 68 today. From the Brady Bunch, Barry Williams is 68. Marilyn McCoo of the Fifth Dimension is 79. Frankie Lyman would have been 80 today. Johnny Mathis is 87. Soul gospel singer Cissy Houston is 89. Angie Dickinson, actress, 91. Truman Capote would have been 98. Actress Deborah Carr would have been 101. And drummer Buddy Rich would have been 105. Those are the birthdays of today. Movies today on the waterfront. You can check out for the weekend with Marlon Brando on Turner Classic Movies at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that's a classic movie back in 1954 and 1956. Forbidden Planet, you can check that out with Leslie Nielsen, Walter Pidgeon, and Anne Francis, and that's on Turner Classic Movies, Saturday at 10:45 p.m. The Flower Drum Song with Nancy Qua, and that's Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 2:15 p.m. Eastern, and Fiddler on the Roof. You can check that out. That's at a 1971 classic movie with great music, and that's on Sunday at 4:45 p.m. I hope you will like it, and I hope you enjoy it. And ladies and gentlemen, I enjoy being here with you as always. We thank you so much for being with us. We want to make sure that you have a great weekend, and remember to continue to celebrate. We're still in the midst of History Month, right? This Hispanic History Month, and we want you all to participate as you saw Jackie tell us all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. I will be back here next week at 8 p.m. Eastern, and That's make that 10 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern on the coffee hour. And you can also check out my other show every Thursday at 8 p.m. from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern, called Talk Back Live. And we're on, and you can catch us on, and you can watch the reruns if you didn't catch everything today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us. Have a great day, a great weekend, and I will talk to you. Take care of yourself. Have a good one. Bye-bye.